Is this setup right here quite possibly the perfect combination of equipment? Right here we have the AGT WH12R mini excavator, and over here we have the AGT LRT23 mini skid steer. And in the equipment world, these are considered some of the cheapest machines. They are some of the cheapest machines that you can get. Now, don't let the cheapness fool you, because both of these have their strengths. Both of them also have their weaknesses, and that's what I'm going to do in this video. I'm going to cover what are the strengths of both of these machines, what are their weaknesses, and how do they complement each other, because they do complement each other. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you, if I only had money for one of these machines, which would I get and why? Okay, so to start with, let's discuss both of these machines collectively. What do they share in common? Well, here's what they share in common. Both of them are AGT brand, which is manufactured in China. I sourced both of these from an auction at different times. Both of these machines, believe it or not, actually weigh almost exactly the same, which is amazing, because there's just all this mass right here. And this one, it just doesn't appear that there's that much mass. But according to the specs, according to their tags, these two machines weigh about the same. Other similarities is the color. Similar, but not exactly. This one's a little bit newer than that one. Both of them are tracked, and that is really where the similarities end. From there, they start to deviate, and both of these machines have their own superpowers, the thing that they are really, really good at, and then they both have their weaknesses. What can they just not do at all or not do well? We are going to start with the excavator. So this, like I said, is a AGT WH12R. This is one of the cheapest excavators that you can get, but don't let the cheapness fool you. It has a strength, and that strength is specifically digging. So if you need to dig a trench, a culvert, you need to dig out for underground guttering or plumbing or wiring or anything like that, this is going to be able to do it. Now, will it be able to do it as smoothly and maybe as efficiently as a Bobcat, Kubota, John Deere, something like that? Absolutely not. But would it be able to do it? Absolutely. If you watch some of my previous videos, we know that this machine can dig 5 foot 3 inches. That's the max depth, and it actually digs really, really well for the cost. Now, it might be a little bit rickety feeling compared to some of the other models, and it may not have the strength and smoothness of branded models, but can it do it? Yes, it can. It can dig really, really well. The bucket on this thing, this is the factory bucket, it's 16-inch bucket. You're actually going to be digging a 17-inch wide hole, because we got to account for these side teeth. Now, originally this had a 3-position fixed thumb, but I didn't like that. I didn't like it for 2 reasons. One, it gets in your way. The other, if you need to change that thumb position, you got to bring tools with you. So I've added a hydraulic thumb, and I love the hydraulic thumb. It's mostly out of your way whenever you're digging, but if you need it, you don't need any tools. There's a lever over there that operates the thumb, and I have grabbed some stumps, a rotten tree trunk, and some rocks with it. It does pretty well at grabbing and piling stuff up, that kind of thing. So that's really its strength. This thing's main strength, the thing it does really, really well, is dig. What it doesn't do so well is push dirt around. So it has a dozer blade on there, and it can push some dirt around. I've done that before, but it can't push a large pile of material. So if, let's say I've had a pile of dirt, this high, it's not going to be able to push that over. And even if it does push through, it's going to fall back on the other side. So it's just not that great at pushing material around. Another weakness I would say that this has, I'm going to move over here. We've taken this thing to the depth limits, but I have not taken this thing to a lifting test limit. And the reason why is, when you're sitting here and you're at these controls, you're inherently going to be you've got both hands on these when you're operating the machine. If you were to lift something that's beyond the limits of what this can handle, or you grabbed a root, just really, really fast, it's going to pull that machine where it does this, and you as the operator are going to go forward with it. And that's not a good thing when both of your hands are on controls. Yes, I could add a seatbelt and that would help, but nonetheless, I don't have a seatbelt, so I have not taken that to the limit. So I would say that that is maybe a weakness of this machine, is its lifting strength. Dig's great, but its dirt pushing and lifting strength, I don't know that it's as good as this machine. So let's go over here to the LRT23, and this one lifts quite well actually for its size. Like I said, both of these, amazingly enough, they weigh about exactly the same, but this one I'm confident would lift more than that one. So if I said that this machine had a strength and I could only choose one strength, it would be versatile. This machine, there's a number of different attachments. I've got a fork set on here because I was doing something earlier. It comes with a 43-inch bucket, but with this machine, you can push dirt around. You can scrape. You can do a little bit of digging, not like this one, but you can do a little bit of digging, excavating. But if you need something lifted, pushed, pulled, this will pretty much do it. It's very, very versatile. In fact, I've got my 6x12 trailer right beyond the camera, right over there. And I've always been curious about something. Would this lift a 6x12 trailer? The back of it, of course. It's connected to my Expedition, guys. Let's see how versatile it is. Can it pick up the back of this 6x12 trailer? Let's see. What happens when I step off? But it did it. This side's off the ground. Now the mini skid is popping up. And this side is off the ground. Now I wouldn't get under it, but if you needed to pick up the back of this trailer, looks like it'll do it. Okay, I rest my case. It's versatile. It can lift. Like, and these weigh about the same, but the thing is with this is it just has such a low center of gravity. Now I haven't done any modifications. There's no counterweights on the back. There's no extra hidden weights anywhere. It's the way I got it. No mods at all. And the thing works great. Another thing, if you were lifting something beyond the capabilities, like I was discussing with that, your body is against something. And I have taken this one to the limits where this thing's popping a wheelie, but I'm comfortable with it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm against the back of it. It's really, really smooth to operate. You know, this is a cheap machine just like that one, but this one is just incredibly smooth. And given its size and how cheap it is, it's really powerful. As far as the attachments that I have and used on this thing, obviously you can see this fork set. It comes with a 43-inch smooth bucket. That's what you would be moving material with, but also got a stump bucket. Probably one of my better purchases was a really, really tough Titan attachment stump bucket. And that sucker is just indestructible. If I need to lift concrete rocks, bust something, or tear through the dirt, it's got 3 teeth on the front. It does really good at tearing, into the dirt. I use that attachment maybe more than the bucket that came with this thing. And this whole machine would break before that stump bucket would. All right, so we've covered some of the strengths of the LRT23 mini skid, but what are the weaknesses? And I would say that the weakness of this thing is just simply that it could weigh more. And I might be able to do something about that, maybe put some counterweights on it or something. But if you think about it, both of these machines, if you were somebody that had property, or maybe you're a small landscaping company, you can kind of see how these things would complement each other. This thing can dig and set material down as it's digging. It can trench. This can move that material from one spot to another, or load that material or unload that material. So they can complement each other. Now, if there was only one of these machines that I could choose, I can only afford one, which would it be And it would definitely be this. It would be the mini skid because of its strength, because it's so versatile. Another thing that I really enjoy about this is I don't have to make any mods to it. I can drive it right in my garage, turn it off, it's sitting right next to the mower, not a big deal. This, unfortunately, won't fit in my garage. I would have to remove the canopy. I tested it. It's just a couple inches too tall. It won't fit in there. Another thing is that trailer that I just picked up, that's a 6x12 trailer with a 3,500 pound rated axle. And my Expedition in that trailer will haul one of these. I can just drive it up there, you know, strap it down, not a big deal. If I got something bigger, if I got a bigger excavator or a tractor with a backhoe, I would definitely have to get another trailer. That's an additional cost. And not only that, probably a trailer with trailer brakes. And I may even have to get a different vehicle to pull it with. But my current setup, this works for me. All right, I'm certain there are things that I missed. If I did and you want to know about something about either one of these machines, leave me a comment in the video and I will respond to your comment if I know the answer. If I don't know the answer, I will be very transparent in telling you that I don't know. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. As always, thanks for watching.